documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
I cannot wait for the legalization of pornography. And prostitution, you know Disney is going to jump on that bandwagon. I'm going to go right down to Times Square and get online with everybody at Disney's Times Square Whorehouse and Fetish Jamboree. First character I'm going to fuck? Mickey Mouse. I'm telling you, he's had it coming for years. Do you know how many hours I've spent standing online at Space Mountain, sweating, pissed off, thinking, man, fuck Mickey Mouse. Fuck him. And now, it's payback time.
Now you can have porch swings and cool breezes wherever you go. Introducing Louisiana Iced Tea, now in a bottle. It's made the right way with 100% natural brewed tea, pure spring water, and no preservatives. Louisiana Authentic Southern Iced Tea. Find your front porch.
Hi, I'm Ronald. Welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. I am Ronald, and this is the Ronald Show. Today is March 26th, 2011, and it is Saturday, and I just finished day 3 of week 3 of P90X, and today was Arms and Shoulders and Ab Ripper X, and I just finished Ab Ripper X, and I'll tell you something. If you are looking to get in serious abdominal shape and you want to get ripped, I can feel it. I just did 15 minutes. Ab Ripper X is 15 minutes, but it's 349 moves, and if you can do all of them, more power to you, because it burns, man. It burns. I probably did about 280 of the 349 moves, taking breaks and stuff, and and right after, and that's right, you do it right after you finish arms and shoulders. And the arms and shoulders is just forget it. Make sure you write your numbers down so you can keep track of the weight you're using. Here, see, there's my shoulders right there. Arms, I just did biceps, triceps, and shoulders, and then Ab Ripper X. So do it, P90X. I'm not selling it to you, just telling you what I'm doing, because this is the Ronald Show.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Have you tried to quit smoking and tried again, but you just cannot do it? Give your lungs a break with Smokies, the next best thing to quitting. Simply place the plastic filter on your cigarette and smoke as usual. Smokies does the work for you, filtering out up to 90% of the tar and nicotine without changing the taste of your cigarette. Up to 90% less tar means healthier lungs and easier breathing. Smokies cigarette filters, the next best thing to quitting. Really. Smokies is available now at these locations.
I'm Ronald. This is the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And I was reading today that the U.S. government is bringing over fresh water to pour on the Japanese Fukushima reactor that is melting down, and that major radiation is pouring out of it. They're standing water. They had been using salt water. And there's a big problem over there. Their food and water is poisoned. Truckers won't drop any food off to areas close to the evacuation zone, 10,000 times the amount of radiation above the recommended government limit, where I didn't know there was a recommended government limit for radiation, is pouring into the ocean. The article said that it's going to cause decades of fouling up the ocean life. So, what does that mean? It's not good. I believe this is the beginning of a global famine. So if you don't have food and water, you need to start storing food and water right now, because it doesn't look good. And I'm not worried because I have food and water, but I'm telling you, this is going to really the government in the United States, or the United States Corporation, is saying that their quote is, they're not worrisome levels of radiation coming into the United States. That's their quote. Not worrisome levels. Meaning there is radiation coming to the United States, but the government is telling people not to worry about it because the level isn't high enough. I believe that they are lying to you because they don't want mass panic. And they don't care if we die. Remember, according to them, the planet is overpopulated. There's 7 billion people. They have magnetic energy power that they use in their bases under the ground to operate lighting, trains, and all forms of power. They're making us use gas, oil, and nuclear power. They're not even pushing solar. I mean, they are a little bit, but they know how to use magnetism. It's documented. People are reporting it who have worked in bases underground. Yet the government wants to make money off of their fiat monetary system, and they are totally screwing up life on Earth as we know it. That's why this show is called The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. So, it's time for people to start demanding that the United States Corporation, whom we are all employees of via our Social Security number, begin demanding that they bring their nuclear or their efficient and high-powered magnetic energy systems to the surface of the planet and begin using it so that we can stop worrying about gas prices, oil prices, nuclear meltdowns, energy shortages, mass outages, solar flares. And with the nuclear meltdowns comes famine because food, water becomes poisoned. Mass die-offs of animals and humans. Does your government care? Does the United States Corporation and the Global Military Industrial Complex Corporation, because it's a corporation, because they make money on war, a military corporation globally, do they care about your health and your well-being? You can answer that. What do you think? There are more deaths in this world from pharmaceutical drugs and from sugar and from high fructose corn syrup than any place, any other way on earth. And that's being sold and fed to you and shoved down your throat and marketed every day and on TV and in movies by the global military industrial complex. It's a global pandemic of obesity, heart disease, and addiction. Addiction to sugar, addiction to carbohydrates, high fructose corn syrup, caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, all manufactured, legalized, and distributed by the government corporations. And you are an employee of these corporations. So, tear up your social security card. Throw it away. Do not answer to that corporation anymore. You're not an employee unless you're willing to be. A taxpayer is just somebody who's an employee of the United States Corporation, which is demanding money from you. Money is a debt instrument. Learn about it. Get the Banker's Handbook. Read about what happened to our country in 1933 when we went off the gold standard. You're being lied to, poisoned to death. You're being poisoned mentally and physically and psychologically. I mean, mentally by conscious programming that pounds into your subconscious mind that makes you believe you want something. You're being addicted to things. Physically poisoned by sugar, high fructose corn syrup, aspartame, nicotine, caffeine, alcohol, pharmaceutical drugs, everything that they're telling you that you need to buy on television. It's all a lie. You should only be drinking water. You should not be eating red meat. You should be eating fruits and vegetables and lean proteins, which you can get in seeds. You don't really need to eat fish. I mean, you can, but you can get essential fatty acids from millet, from quinoa, from hemp seed, from other things than meat, dead meat. You're not supposed to eat dead food. You should be eating raw food. That's where you get the amino acids and the nutrients from, all right? Listen to me. I'm telling you what I know is fact and truthful. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I want you people all over the world to gain control over your life and to take power out of the hands of the people that are intentionally and willingly and knowingly trying to kill you and profit from you and hold power over you, which is just a manufactured thing. You are just as powerful as anybody else on this planet. Don't give your power away. 90% of the people in jail are there voluntarily. If you're in jail, you're there for some crime of commerce, which is made up. If you're there because you smoked marijuana, who says marijuana is illegal? It grows out of the earth. A corporation is telling you it's illegal, and then they're sending their corporate stooges dressed in police uniforms to put handcuffs on you and drag you off to a prison. It's a lie. You're being scammed. Tear up your Social Security card. Throw away your driver's license. Those are corporation-issued certificates and IDs that put you into slavery and bondage. Turn the other cheek before it's too late, before you're put into an internment camp or a FEMA-operated emergency camp, before martial law gets put into effect. Possession is 9/10 of the law. You're in your house, you own it. It's your car, you own it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because some government corporation says that they can take your house by police power or eminent domain, don't listen to it. Don't answer the door. They're speaking in their code according to their company. All right? That's enough for now. I'm Ronald. This is The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
I'm not an attorney, but I'm going to tell you something you really should know. If you're ever injured in an accident, your whole world is affected. You're physically in pain, the bills start piling up. It can be really confusing and frustrating. The attorneys at Jacobs & Goodman can help. Jacobs & Goodman has been representing injured people for over 30 years, and they'll aggressively seek the maximum compensation for your injuries. At Jacobs & Goodman, your case is handled by an attorney, not a caseworker. Accidents happen. Be prepared. Call 1-800-JACOBS-NOW anytime to speak with your attorney.
The host of The Ronald Show